Hi, welcome back to Mike Makes It. Little project for the truck here. If you've got a Land Rover, you know how difficult it is to get into the bonnet if you're not very tall. Now I'm 5'8", and I have to use either blocks of wood or we got down there a pallet to stand on to actually gain access into the engine bay. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to call it a wheel hanger. It's a step that's going to hang off the wheel, so obviously I can step on it. It'll bring me up off the ground about a foot, and that should be just enough to reach into the engine bay. Well, that's probably all we're going to need. A bit of box section, aluminium checker plate, 5mm, bit of scrap again, a handful of bolts. Now the idea is me Mike CAD picture. Got the wheel, plate goes around the back, or the box section, drops down the front of the wheel, and there's a step going on. If you look at the front, it's going to kind of look like that. There's a bar at the back to hold it onto the wheel, bar coming down the front that actually rests against the wheel, and there's a step at the bottom made out of the checker plate. It hopefully will come a bit more obvious once we've chopped a few bits up and start and put things together. So I'll get out the old bandsaw and we do a few holes and a few cuts. Right, you've seen the Axminster bandsaw before. You're going to see it again. Nice little machine. Not that quick, but there's no need for it to be. It does a fairly good cut. I've done a review on it. You may have seen. You just set this up in the vise. I want this long cut to be about 24 inches, give or take, and I may even have to take a little bit off it. But lock that in there. I've already checked it for being 90 degrees, so we'll fire that up and let that cut through. Lovely cut. Right, 2 more to go. All going well. I've cut most of the pieces I need to complete the step now. As you can see over here, I've part built one. Luckily I had on hand a lot of these plates. They're from a previous job, but they'll serve handily for the hinges. As you can see there, that's for the step. So I'm going to use those. I think there's I need 8 of those, and yep, I've got plenty of those. You may have seen in an earlier video a transfer punch set I bought. This thing here. And the whole idea of that, for instance, this is a hinge plate that I've drilled out. Got the hole in the right place, but I need to put the markings on the metalwork here. So the idea of the transfer punch is literally, I'm using these plates just to square the metal up to where I need it. But literally you just hold that plate in place, put the transfer punch the right way round. Without moving anything. Bang, I got the mark there. You're not really going to see that, it's so small, but the mark has come out onto the metal, which is fine. I didn't hit this that hard because I can't sharpen the ends. You'll hopefully see the end there. I've got no way of sharpening that, but I can sharpen a standard centre punch. So what I'm going to do now is just follow up, make a bigger punch mark in the metal, and we'll take it over to the drill press. Some of these plates also will need marking out and the holes drilled. So that's what we're going to do, take it over the drill press after I've marked this up, and away we go. Right, let's drill these plates out. I'm using 8mm bolts all the way through the project. Here I'm just drilling 4mm, then we're going to go to 8, so that's what we're doing. I'm liking this tool from Axminster Tools. I'll put a link in the description, but great for deep burring these holes I've just drilled. Don't need high speed or high pressure, but it gets the job done. If that could focus. Yeah, no sharp burrs. On with the rest. Well, this is the last bit of box section I've got to mark up to drill. That's going to form the right hand side step, so that's what we're doing now. A couple of bits of metal in here just to keep it in the right position for the transfer punches. It's not got to be super accurate, it wants to be fairly good, but ain't got to be critical. So let's just line that up. There we go. I say these transfer punches really good. I think they're a little bit of money. They're about £30, but they're metric set, not Imperial. Imperial are dirt cheap. The metric ones more expensive. But yeah, that's transferred that, as you would, as the name implies, perfectly over. Hang on for the noise. I'll just make it a little bit deeper in the metal. You can see one there, one there. So I'll go over the drill press, drill that out. One more hole to do in the bar, in the box section. Put it together. I'll drop it on the truck so you can see, then we'll cut the step. Right, that's it thrown on the truck temporarily. I think it'll make more sense when I've got the step on. Kind of see where we're going with that. There's a checker plate. I've got to cut that to size yet, and that's what we're going to do now. So yeah, I'll bring you back when it's all screwed together. Right, quick way of cutting this aluminium sheet I found is on the table saw. I got a 100 tooth blade, I believe it is in there. I'll put links in the description, of course, to the blade, but it cuts aluminium really well. Very slightly scary, but nevertheless it does cut, so that's what we're going to do. Prepare yourself for a bit of noise. angle grinder would have done it, but that's so much quicker. Lovely clean cut. Right, I've just about finished putting the step together. A couple of little finishing touches. Some of these bungs, you've probably seen them. Good for the box section. So I've tapped a few of those in where I can. It's a little bit heavier than I'd like because I've just used the metal I had to hand. You can buy a commercially available step, which is going to be a lot lighter because the metalwork's well, not so strong, which you may like to go down the route of. They're around about £40. This has cost me the price of the caps and a couple of hours of my time. But I'm very happy with how it's finished. It does fold up quite nicely, like so. Just got to make sure you don't trap your fingers in it. And that can go in one corner of the garage. Be very handy when you're servicing the truck or need to get it into the engine bay. Where the bolts are coming through, the nuts I've swapped out for nylock nuts, so they shouldn't come undone. I've just torqued them up so we got a nice action on the hinges there. So, but like I say, I'll go and hang it on the truck. You come and have a look and see what you think. Now that's the step on the wheel. It simply lifts over. I've showed you how it does that. And of course it'll be transferred over to the other side if you need to get access to that side of the engine. But nice wide step. Gives you a good height. I know you can only see my feet. But I can lean, I can almost touch the other side of the engine. So the height is about right for me. Will depend on your height, and the size of the tyres will make a small difference, but there's nothing to stop you making extra holes in this bar to either lift it up or down to suit yourself and the truck you're on. But yeah, what can I say? There you go. Nice easy project made out of scrap. Just have a little walk around. You can see it hooks over the wheel. It's on the rubber all the time. The plate at the back behind the wheel is flat onto the wheel, so it's not digging into the tyre at all. Down here again we're sticking with the rubber only, not on the metalwork of the wheel, which I don't want. And there's a good span of metal pressing against the rubber, so all the weight's distributed fairly well. So all in all, cheap project, very handy project, and you'll see I can reach, excuse the scratch in there, I can get right over the other side. So yeah, all in all, good project. That can hang up in the garage ready for the next time I've got to get into the truck. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope you found it useful.